That's me, of course. I'm very excited to have you here with me, where I'll be able to share a few of my thoughts with you, and I believe that you'll be able to learn one or two things from what I have to say. Today, I want to talk on the post COVID survival. I know that we've all seen the recent situation all over the world. Everyone has been affected by the recent situation all over the world. So today, I want to share with us or to encourage us on how to deal with the situation. Praise the Lord. I remember the very start of this year, my pastor gave a word of prophecy, and it was like this was a year of a good fight. When he gave the word, it was at that moment, a lot of us didn't really understand. Okay, what were we going to fight about? But as Christians, we must always understand that no matter how how much of God we have in our lives, this world is not is not our own. This world is not the place for us. God has prepared a better place for us. So in this world, we'll always face tribulations. In the book of John chapter 6, it says, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." Praise the Lord. So even as we're going through all these things, even as we're going through all the recent trials and situations, we should have it in our mind that we have overcome this world. So this year is indeed a year of the good fight for me, because I am fighting a good fight. I know that I thank God that none of my family was sick or affected. Nobody that I know directly was affected, but we're also affected in various ways. Like the whole economy was shut down, so it did affect me personally, because I have a business that I'm running, and my business runs with people, daily transaction of people coming into my business. So for like over a month, I couldn't have access to that. And of course, I had bills to pay, and it was something on my mind that it was really bothersome for me, because anytime I think about it, I'm like, oh, my bills, how do I pay my bills? But there was one thing that God did for me, even through all this time. He gave me peace. Even in the midst of the chaos, He gave me peace. So I had peace within me, to handle the situation. It wasn't easy. I'm not going to deny the fact that it wasn't easy. Most times, the devil will always, bring thoughts into your mind. He will always, want you to be afraid. But I thank God for the peace of God, because the peace of God was one thing that I experienced even in the midst of the chaos. So indeed, for me, this year is it has been a year of the good fight. Praise the Lord. And I know that every one of us, we are fighting one thing or the other. But like he said, we should cheer up, we should be of good cheer, because he has overcome this world. So I want to encourage us that even as now, thank God, things are moving back to normal. Not, we can't say we have a complete normalcy, but things are like moving back to we have a little, at least a sense of you know movement, so we could at least go to our jobs. Those of us who didn't have the opportunity to work from home, we can go to our jobs. We can do something. We can move around. So I just want to encourage you that in this time, even as you are able to do, some of you that are not able, because I know that there are some people who have lost their job completely, so they can't regain their jobs. Even though it was easy for people like me to regain my job, and get things rolling, but for some other people it wasn't easy, and it's still not easy. So I want to encourage you that you should trust in God, even as things are now. Is the only one that we can trust in. So trust in God. The Bible, if you read the book of Corinthians, it says, "For we live by faith and not by sight." So all these things that you're going through, they are by faith and not by sight. So trust in God. So one of the things that I would say is that do not panic. Even though sometimes it's very hard for you to keep your mind from panicking, but you have to train yourself. It's like a train yourself not to panic. The book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 6 says, "To not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving present your requests to God." I know that every one of us are presenting our requests right now, so don't relent in presenting your request. Keep thanking Him. Refuse to panic. Let your mind stay on Him. Refuse to panic. Also, Take one day at a time. I know that we all want things to go back. If we can have things to go back the way it was, we all will have it. But I want to encourage you to take one day at a time. Take one day at a time. Matthew chapter 6, verse 34 says, take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So don't worry. Take time, take one day at a time. Let each day proceed. Let each day recover by itself. Don't be anxious. Also, trust that all will be fine. It will be fine. I know that sometimes it might seem so dark and uncertain, but I want to encourage you so that it will be fine. As long as you can trust God, it will be fine. As long as you can, as you can keep your mind focused and refusing not to panic, it will be fine. The book of Isaiah 43 verse 13 says, 41, pardon, verse 13 says, for I, the Lord thy God, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will be with thee. So God is with you right now. He is with you, even as we are going through what we're going through. God is with us. So trust Him and know that all will be fine. And then also draw strength from God. Praise the Lord. The book of Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 16 says, I pray that God will cause you to be strong in your spirits. God has great and valuable things in heaven to help you. I pray that God's Spirit will help you with God's own power. So draw strength from God's Spirit. Draw strength from God's abilities. Don't feel like it's something that you can do by yourself. It's only God that can give you the strength, because God is the one that gives us the strength to make money, right? He gives us the power to make wealth. So you should also know that you can draw your strength from Him. And then lastly, refuse to think of what you've lost, because some of us will always be thinking of I would have done this, I would have done that. That's in the past. Let's focus on the future. Let your mind be focused on the future. Let your heart be stayed on God. Praise the Lord. And I trust that He will guide you in this time. The book of Psalms, verse 46, verse 10 says, be still and quiet. Understand that I am God. I rule as king over the nations. All the world will say that I am great. You will say that He is great. Because at the end of this all, we will say, we have fought the good fight. We have finished the course. So stay strong and refuse to worry. Until I come again next time, remember, do not panic. Remember to take one day at a time. Remember to trust, that all will be fine. Draw strength from God. Let your mind be stayed on Him. Refuse to think about the past or what you've lost in the past. Keep your focus in the future, and God will give you the grace to overcome the situation. Until I come again next time, bye bye.